Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decode, the place where we try to make sense of the money moves behind the curtain, and in this case, some rather significant career shifts at ENB Financial Corp. So today we are diving into an 8K filing from ENB Financial Corp, which is basically a current report that tells us about major events happening with the company. This particular filing from August 2025 focuses on a big change for one of their executives. We're talking about a promotion for Rachel Bittner and how it affects her role and her pay. Let's break down what this means for the company and for Ms. Bittner herself. ENB Financial Corp is a company based in Pennsylvania, and on August 24th of 2025, they announced a significant update to the employment agreement for Rachel G. Bittner. Now, Ms. Bittner is currently the treasurer for ENB Financial Corp and also an executive vice president and chief financial officer for the Ephrata National Bank, which is part of the same group. This update to her employment agreement is pretty important because it's tied to a previously announced succession plan. You see, Jeffrey Estorfer, the current president and chief executive officer of both the company and the bank, is set to retire at the end of 2026. And guess who's going to take over his reins? That's right, Rachel Bittner. So this amendment to her contract effectively moves her up the ladder in a more official capacity even before she takes the top job. Starting with this amendment, her title is now Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer for both ENB Financial Corp and the Ephrata National Bank. She's also the President, Chief Executive Officer-elect. She'll hold this title until they bring in a new Treasurer and Chief Financial Officer for the company. Then her title will just be President and Chief Executive Officer-elect. She'll hold this title until they bring in a new treasurer and chief financial officer for the company. Then her title will just be president and chief executive officer elect. She'll hold this title until they bring in a new treasurer and chief financial officer for the company. Then her title will just be president and chief executive officer elect. The big move to president and CEO happens on January 1st, 2027. Now let's get to the juicy part for many people, the compensation. Her current annual base salary has been bumped up to $380. 6 is $225. That's a nice chunk of change. And just to give you an idea of what success looks like when she officially takes over the top job on January 1st, 2027, her salary will increase again to $22,917 per year. This salary increase reflects the increased responsibilities she is preparing to take on. All other terms and conditions of her employment agreement are said to remain the same, which generally means the core benefits and expectations are still in place, just with these significant title and salary adjustments. The filing also lists the exhibits, which include the actual amendment to the employment agreement, which is designated as Exhibit 10 Boyan. This is the legally binding document that spells out all the specifics of her new role and compensation. It also includes a cover page interactive data file, which is basically an electronic tag for the document. The report is signed off by Rachel G. Bittner herself in her capacity as Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer, which is perfectly fitting given the information contained within the report. So what's the big picture here? Well, this is a pretty standard move in corporate succession planning. When a top executive is retiring, the company usually promotes an internal candidate and adjusts their compensation and title to reflect their impending new role. This amendment signifies that ENB Financial Corp and the Ephrata National Bank are actively preparing for Jeffrey S. Santor's retirement and are clearly confident in Rachel Bittner's ability to lead them into the future. The salary increases are substantial, reflecting the seniority and responsibility of the CEO position. For Ms. Bittner, this is a major career milestone, and for the company, it's about ensuring a smooth transition of leadership. It's a positive sign that they are grooming talent from within and have a clear plan for leadership continuity. The company appears to be in a stable position to manage this leadership change with a structured approach. That's our quick decode of this 8K filing. What do you think about these leadership changes and the salary adjustments? Are you surprised by the numbers or the timeline? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business and finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.